It's going.
Alright, today I'm going to give you a speech on Halloween. I know that most of us here don't really celebrate because we're in Iraq and there's not really any place to celebrate.
I'm going trick-or-treating.
But there's a very long line of history that comes with Halloween. And there are reasons why we do certain things for Halloween, such as the name All Hallows Eve is what originally Halloween was called. It was also called All Saints Day, which was the day after Halloween, when the Catholic Church viewed that the souls of the dead would return. In between, on All Hallows Day and All Hallows Eve, it was viewed that the souls from the previous year were not able to go to heaven or hell. So what they would do is they would roam the world. And on that day, most of the people in the Celtic states would shut off their lights, they would extinguish their flames, and then they would dress up and they would go outside into the world and make noise in costumes. And that is the reason why the costumes came about, is so that they could scare away the spirits. Because if they scared away the spirits, then the spirits couldn't possess the bodies that they were looking for. Then on All Hallows Day, which is a Catholic holiday, they would then go back to where they came from. Therefore, they could not possess the spirits of people. Another history lesson that comes out of this is the jack-o'-lantern. Jack-o'-lantern actually comes from a story where Jack tricked the devil up into a tree, then he carved a cross into it. And when he did that, it trapped the devil into the tree. So what happened was, the devil made a deal with Jack, saying, I will not take you to hell with me for your evil ways if you let me go. Jack eventually died years later, and what happened was he was given a flame because he could neither go into heaven because of his evil ways, but because he tricked the devil, he was unable to go to hell. He was given a flame to carry throughout the world, and therefore they put it in a turnip. The turnip was the first original, per se, jack-o'-lantern. They used it over in Ireland and the Celtic countries. They would carve out a turnip and use that to put the lights in to keep away the spirits. Now when that happened, they were able to preserve the flame, but when they came to America, a lot of people came to America, they started using the pumpkin because it was a little bit bigger. And they were able to take the flame and make it a little bit more. And over the years, it's just generally progressed. Bernard Sheard once said, Hark, hark to the wind, 'tis the night, they say, when the souls come back from far away, the dead forgotten this many day. So there's a lot of things to think about when you think about the history of Halloween, such as it actually comes from the origins of the Catholics and the pagans. It's a mixture of the two. When they took their stuff and they put it together, the reason for the costumes is because they're trying to keep away the spirits. The reason for trick-or-treating, where the kids go around, is because they're asking for stuff for the souls of the dead. So therefore they can give it to the dead and not end up having to go to hell or be possessed. And then the decorations are yet another way that we can keep away the spirits, because they're meant to keep the spirits confused. That way they can't take over the body of a person. So I just gave you some ideas. Well, not really ideas. I just gave you some of the history on Halloween and why it's come around the way it has, just because of the history behind it. And I just wanted to leave you knowing that we do have Halloween decorations and we do have candy, so you are more than welcome to come trick or treat. And most of the information that I've given you today can be found on Wikipedia.
Trick or treat.
It can be found on holidays, Halloween.com. There's also United States government, which states that there are 41 million people who actually that trick or treat from the age of 5 to 14 across the United States.
I still trick or treat.
The last census that came about. The other one was wiltstar.com from holidays and Halloweens. And you have HalloweenHistory.org. Are there any questions?
Questions, thoughts, comments, concerns? And the crowd goes wild.